the SIMMIE Braxton Show. And I'm glad that you're here with us today. We have a new platform called StreamYard, and it was quite an experience getting on today. I didn't know that much about it, but I had some great support finding out how to get on, and I hope that my friends on Facebook can see this um, broadcast. It's the first one that we've done on this platform by way of the J. King Network, and we're happy to be here. Um, I'm not gonna hold you too long. We're gonna just, get right to it. I've been talking to you, about the power of your subconscious mind and how your subconscious mind creates your reality. I've been talking, on my lives about affirmations and how powerful they can be in your life when you reprogram your subconscious mind and allow yourself to say things out of your mouth that your ears can hear, and the situation it's being said like it's already done, it's already complete. I'm gonna share with you some of the things that I do every morning, and these are some affirmations. For one thing, you want to stay in a constant state of gratitude. And because when you stay in a constant state of gratitude, you leave the house wanting nothing, needing nothing. And that's when you get everything. So rock with me, roll with me for a minute as I say these affirmations. I'm grateful. It is easy for me to look at all the gifts in my life. I appreciate the small joys and blessings that surround me each day. Gratitude fills my heart and transforms my perspective. I am thankful for the ability to see how much there is to be thankful for. Gratitude is my daily practice, and it enriches my life with contentment and joy. My heart is full of appreciation. I am thankful. Gratitude is my guiding light, illuminating the path of my journey. I am open and receptive to appreciating the gifts that life offers me. I easily express gratitude for all the things that I am and all that I have. Each day, I find new reasons to be grateful and celebrate the beauty of life all around me. I am deeply thankful for the opportunities that come my way and the blessings that unfold in my life. Gratitude easily grows in my life. I am blessed. Everything is working out to my maximum advantage. I witness miracles every day. The universe is conspiring to my greatest benefit to shower me with abundance, goodness, and love. I'm in awe. I'm wowed by life. I am humbled. I am grateful. I choose to see evidence in my life that I am truly blessed. Thank you, life. I am prosperous. I open wide the doors of my consciousness to see that I live in a prosperous universe. I am continuously opening my life to receive unexpected money, unexpected resources, unexpected success, and unexpected good at unexpected times from unexpected sources in unexpected ways. I'm in awe of the prosperity all around me. I am prosperous. Every day, in every way, I'm becoming more and more prosperous and successful. I deserve to be prosperous, and I embrace the abundant flow in all its forms. I attract opportunities that lead to my financial success and make great decisions in all my endeavors. I am grateful for the abundance that surrounds me and for the flow of currency that's on its way to me. My mindset is aligned with prosperity, and I take inspired action with wealth consciousness. I am love. Love and compassion guide my actions, bringing joy and harmony to all my relationships. I am deeply connected to my heart, my own heart, allowing love to inspire my decisions and choices. Love is my true nature. I let it shine brightly for all to see. I keep my heart open, even in the face of adversity, pain, and struggle. Love is my life force that fuels me. All is love. I am love. I am whole. I am whole and complete just as I am. I embrace all parts of myself, including my strengths, weaknesses, and imperfections. I radiate confidence with authenticity while embracing my wholeness with grace. I'm connected to the universe and part of the greater whole. I cultivate a deep and loving connection with myself and embrace the wholeness of my being. I am well. As I stand in my vitality, I'm able to live vibrantly and fully. Every day becomes easier and easier for me to make healthy choices that help me feel great. In this moment, I feel well and continuously take inspired action to support this way of life. My well being is nurtured by the choices I make every day. I am vibrant. I am radiant. I am well. I am calm. I breathe deeply and fully, allowing each breath to bring me a sense of calm and clarity. I release the need to rush or hurry, and I embrace a pace of life that allows me to feel at ease. I move gracefully through life with a centered and grounded attitude. I trust in my ability to overcome any obstacle with grace and flow. I am mindful in my movements, thoughts, and words. My calmness is nourishing to others. I choose the path with ease. I am infinite. I am one with the internal flow of life, and I trust in the perfect timing of all things. I remember who I truly am, and I am connected to the timeless wisdom of the ages, and I draw from that infinite well of knowledge. My creative potential is limitless, and I embrace the infinite possibilities of my imagination. I am an infinite being, and my potential for growth and expansion is boundless. I am one with the infinite mind of God, and the abundance of the universe flows freely to me. I release every thought of lack or limitation, and I affirm that I am whole, perfect, and complete. I am a unique expression of the infinite, and everything that I need for my success is within me. And that's just a little bit that I do every morning and every evening, because you got to understand that your subconscious mind is the creator of your reality. That's what creates your reality. You get up every morning, you brush your teeth, you wash your face, you fix your breakfast, and it's effortlessly. That's because you've been programmed to do those things effortlessly. And you have to reprogram your mind and your thoughts that have limiting beliefs that hold you back from manifesting. We're all manifestors. We manifest constantly. We're all powerful manifestors. But we want to manifest the things that we desire instead of the things that we don't prefer. One of the things that I do that helps me really move through this thing we call life with ease, and I'm not lying. This is the honest to God's truth. I wake up happy every single day because I have a heart of gratitude every morning for everything that I have, not for the things that are missing in my life, because I don't have that mentality of what's missing. I'm thankful for the abundance that's available to me. I'm thankful for everything that I have that's been placed in my life for me to enjoy. And if something comes up in my life that I don't particularly prefer, I use it. See, you can use these things for your benefit if it's something that you don't particularly prefer, because it's the definitions that we put on these different things that happen in our life that hold us back. You have to define these things in a way that will allow you to grow and expand, because all things do work together for your eternal good. Not to them to just love the Lord. You know, there's a passage of scripture, all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose. That's for everybody. Everything that happens for you happens to you in your life. It happens for your best, for your betterment. It always does. There's nothing that doesn't happen that you can't use to benefit you for your eternal good. But you have to define it. You have to find the good that's in it. And when you start doing that, and it takes practice, you have to continuously say, wait a minute, I'm not going to say this is something for my detriment. I'm going to find something, in this incident, in this event, this thing that's happened in my life, and I'm going to use it and make it something that's going to propel me to the next level. And what you do is you have to wake up and have the type of attitude every morning to go and pursue your highest passion. What is it that you're passionate about? And that doesn't mean, it can mean reading a book, taking a walk at the park. What are you passionate about in that moment? What is it that you are excited about? And you go to that thing that you're excited about, and you pursue that excitement with a passion, and you take it and you run with it, and you take it all the way until you can't take it any further. And then find something else to be passionate about. And what you see is when you go and you pursue these things with passion and excitement, you start finding out more things about yourself that will open up for you to where you end up being a blessing to other people in their lives, because you'll find out more about yourself and about how talented and how powerful you are as a human being. Remember this: you are an indestructible, eternal, infinite being. And just on the mere fact that you exist, you are worthy for every good and perfect gift there is. Just because you exist. Let's just start there. Because you exist. Don't go any further. Because you are here. Because you are inhaling and exhaling. You're existing. And just because of your existence, that makes you worthy. So don't never let anybody make you feel unworthy of having the things that you desire or having the things that you should have in this thing we call life. Everything has a vibration. Everything vibrates. That's science. And I know a lot of people, I grew up, they didn't tell me about vibrations and frequencies and chakras and, all of that. But it's science. Everything has a vibration. Everything vibrates on a certain frequency. And so thoughts have a vibration. Have you ever thought about someone and you were thinking about that person and all of a sudden they made a phone call and it was them, or they popped up? That's how powerful your thoughts are, because they're just that powerful. You met on that same frequency and that person ended up in your present reality just by a thought, or you were just talking about that person and they showed up. Well, you have to understand that your thoughts give power, thoughts with emotions, okay? With emotions can bring things into your present reality. And you have to be attached but detached. Detached from the outcome. Don't worry about how it's going to happen. Just know that it is. And have the type of enthusiasm and mentality of knowing that everything will work itself out, regardless of the circumstances or situation. It's not gonna. It doesn't have to make sense how it works out. Most of the things that you have gotten, that you've desired, didn't make sense how it happened. So many times we cut ourselves short saying that if we do this, that, and the other, that should happen. Don't do that. Just put it out there. Know that it's going to happen. Trust that it's going to happen. Have that doubt deficient faith. Don't wait for it. Just move on to the next thing. Move on to the next thing with that inner knowing. It's a knowingness, a knowing that you know. It's not a faith, it's a knowing. It's deeper than just having faith. Because you just know. It's you know that you know that you know. And these things come up in the most miraculous ways that you could never even imagine. It exceeds your most vivid imagination of how these things turn up in your life. And you have to understand, first of all, when you're manifesting and you're creating, because we're all creators by nature, creating, you have to get away from the fact, or get away from the when people their opinion. You have to have an I don't care opinion. I mean, attitude about people's opinion. Because once you start really becoming conscious, people are gonna think you're crazy. You're gonna start looking crazy to people, most people, because they're still asleep. And I don't expect people. This is the first show. We're gonna get into a lot of things that you probably wasn't raised on, and people didn't talk about it. But we're gonna get into a lot of things that conspiracy theories and things of that are not conspiracies. They're proven facts. But we're going to talk about these things. And when the more you wake up, once you wake up, you can't go to sleep again. You cannot go to sleep because you're up. Dreams. We're gonna be talking about dreams. Dreams have a specific. There's something specific about when you go to sleep. And what happens when you go to sleep? Your mind never sleeps. Your spirit never sleeps. Your soul never sleeps. Your body has to rest, but your spirit and your soul, it never rests. And you're constantly creating. We're going to talk about, solfeggio frequencies, listening to positive affirmations in your sleep and how powerful that is. And what it can do for you in the natural world, in your everyday life, and how when you're chosen one, and you're chosen, we're all chosen, but people choose to not be chosen. But this is a message for the people that it resonates with. I'm not going to try to recruit people. It's gonna be one of those things that when you hear it, you're gonna know that it's you. You're not going to have to second guess. You're not going to have to do anything like that. If it's not for you, you're not going to listen to it. You're going to scroll on down and move on away. But if it's for you, you're going to listen. And it's only for those people. We're going to remove all the limiting beliefs. We're going to and the things that hold us back from being all that we can be, from you being who you are, who you're supposed to be at the core of your being, because you are powerful, you are love, you are kind, you are expansive, you are indestructible. You don't need to go outside of yourself to manifest and create. It's all within you. And so once you find out how powerful you are, people are going to think that you're crazy. They're going to look at you like you've lost your mind. Because so many times we've been told that we can't do certain things. You can't do that. Who's going to allow you to do this? You know, how do you expect that to happen? Well, you expect it to happen because you know you have the power to create it. And you have the understanding of knowing that that power can be directed in such a way that it will manifest in your present reality. So I'm excited that what's about to happen. Have you noticed everything that's happening in the world right now with the P Diddy thing, uh, with the marches and the you know with the you know the Mexican people are, you know, they're upset about what the government is doing, you know, with ICE and stuff like that. This is not on an accident. It's things happening all over the world right now. There's a reason for this because there's a shift in the paradigm. And if you don't really understand about the importance of raising your vibration and becoming and elevating your frequency to the place where you can shift and be a part of the new earth. Because there's a new earth and there's going to be an old earth. And everybody is not going to be able to go to the new earth. There is a version of you in a parallel reality. There's thousands and thousands of versions of you in parallel realities. I know this is, you know, just walk with me if you will. There's a version of you that you desire to be, that exists, and you can become that once you decide to become that version of yourself. That's like of the person that used to do drugs. Once he stopped doing drugs, it'll be like he never ever did drugs before. It'll be like he never did drugs because there's a version of you that never did them. You're constantly changing billions of times per second. You're not the same person you were yesterday or 10 years ago. You're constantly changing. You're not the same person. Wrap your head around that. And so when you understand that there is no future, there is no past. All we have is right now, the eternal now. That's why it's so important to stay in the now, to be present. Don't worry about the past. Don't worry about the future, what's going to happen. Stay in the present. And when you have the ability, that's why meditation is so important, because it teaches you to stay present. They have did a study. Have you noticed, like, when you're doing something that you love, because this is why it's important to follow your passion and to follow your excitement. Because when you follow your passion and your excitement, you do the things that you love to do. And when you love to do something, and usually that's your calling. That's what you're supposed to be doing. And when you do that, time doesn't move. And you'll be there 2 or 3 hours and it seemed like it was only 10 minutes. And they found out that you literally, time stands still. And they found out that you age slower. You literally slow down the process of aging by spending time staying in the present. Staying in the present, being present. Because when you stay in the present, you're not worried about things because you're dealing with what's in front of you. How do you feel right now? Well, I feel good. Are you happy? I'm happy. Are you well? Are you healthy? Yes, I'm healthy. And even if you're not feeling as good as you are, you want to say that you are. Speak health to yourself. You know, speak into your water. Speak into your food for the nourishment of your body. Speak into your water for the nourishment of your body. There are things that are here on this planet that will allow you as permission slips to help you become more of who you truly are. Socrates said, to know thyself, to know who you truly are. You are not your job. You're not your degrees. You're not your money in the bank. You're not your accolades or achievements. That's not who you are. Who you really are at the very core of your being is an indestructible, infinite, loving, kind being, a part of all that is. You are connected to all that is and all that it will ever be. I am that I am, that all there is. That's who you are. That's who you are. You gotta understand that the importance of understanding that you possess and why you're here on this planet. You're not just here to just be like a spud of steam and just, live and just move on. Once you understand that there is no such thing as death, because they made it to where the death is that's the end, but it's not. That's a transition. But once you understand that you cannot and you will not die, and that you are an indestructible, eternal, infinite being, and that you have purpose here, when you follow your excitement, when you move with passion for the things that excite you, not worrying about anybody's opinion. So what if they call you crazy? So what if your family turns their back on you? You'll know that you're doing the right thing because of the way you feel inside. Because you'll feel that satisfaction on the inside. You'll feel that complete wholeness, that divine. You'll feel the divinity that's in you because you have a divine nature. You are divine. You just forgotten. Your memory has been wiped clean. And so this is a school. Earth is a school. We came here to learn, to become more expansive as a being. And we have to allow ourselves to understand there is no separation from the whole. And that's all religion has done. That's all politics has done. Is separate us. You over there, we over here. No big eyes or little U's. There's no such thing as that. It's unity. It's coming together. Now, everybody ain't going to do it. Everybody's not going to get this. Everybody's not going to get this. But I dare you one thing. Do your own research. Open your heart up and do your research and sincerely look into what you've been taught. Look into the things that you've been taught to believe and taught to. My light went off. And look into the things that you've been taught to believe and things that have, because I did. I had to look into the things that I was taught about religion. And I had questions. I had questions about things that nobody could answer for me. And things just didn't make sense. They have to make sense. They have to make sense because why shouldn't they make sense? Well, you don't question God. First of all, you got to look into the fact, go and really look into, when it comes to the Bible, when it was written, who wrote it, and how it was translated. Look into it. Old Testament and New Testament. Look into it. Look into it when it was written. The New Testament was written, and how many years it was written after the death of Yahshua, the one they called Jesus Christ, which it wasn't his name. And I'm not gonna bash on religion and people what they believe, because I'm not. But I dare you to do your real research, your own research, and just ask for answers. Open your heart up, open your mind up, and ask. Ask your higher self. Ask the Holy Spirit. Ask your subconscious mind for the answers to give you clarity on religion itself. You know, Buddhism, Hinduism, Islam. Ask. And you know what? Those are permission slips to become more of who you are, to become Krishna, to become more of who you truly are. Always be in a state of gratitude. If you stay in a state of gratitude, you never leave the home, you never leave the house needing nothing. You'll be surprised at what happens and how things come into your life that you desire. Speak to people. Let your light shine. That's right. Let your light shine. Be happy. Don't be afraid. Fear-based beliefs. Some things we were taught to be afraid. I'm not afraid of going to hell because I don't believe in it. That's a mental thing. And I don't believe that. I just don't believe in that. Judgment. That's not unconditional love. You emanate from a source that only knows love, unconditional love. That's the ultimate expression of love, unconditional love. And anytime you put anybody in a position of where you need to judge them for something, that's not love. You have to ask yourself, what is it all about? Why am I here? And I guarantee you, you will get the answers. You will get the answers. You will get the answers. I want to share something that I wrote down a while back. My cousin's calling me. I'm doing a live show right now. I don't know if it's on Facebook or not, but I'm doing a live show. I wrote this down a while back. Never confuse people who are always around you with people who are always there for you. People know your worth. They just hope you don't. That's a fact. A lot of times you can be around the wrong people because once you realize how valuable you are as a human being and how powerful you are and how your presence is such a precious thing to be around you, you'll stop being around certain people. And anytime, people have a tendency, when they see you doing something, some of those people, they get envious and jealous because they see you doing something that they know that they should be doing, or they have some things that they should be doing and they're not doing them. And you make those people accountable, and they get envious, and they talk negatively around you. But raise your vibration so high that those kind of people won't spend time around you. They won't be able to hang with you. I don't have those kind of people around me. I have a small circle of people that are around me, literally. No, if I have a vision or you have a vision, it's, hey, the sky is the limit. I'm not going to ask you how you're going to do that, and is anybody going to let you do that, and you can't do that. I'm not going to be that kind of person. I'm going to look at all the possibilities and the ways that it can be done, because I know that all things are possible when you make when you manifest, when you desire certain things, when you're in proper alignment. You can bring these things into your reality. So your presence around certain people is valuable. Watch out who you spend time with. Don't spend time with just anybody, you know, just because they're your friend, because that's why things are changing. Sometimes, you know, people going to fall off. They're going to fall off. I'm letting you know. Some people that you love, they're going to fall off. They're not going to hang. Because they're not gonna elevate they're not gonna raise their frequency. They're not gonna elevate to the level that you are, that you're on. Because you're elevating, with abundance, love, kindness, you know, forgiveness. That's another thing. Some people just won't forgive. And you gotta forgive, not for the person, for yourself. I don't care what that person has done to you. You've got to forgive that person for yourself. Because holding on to anything that someone has done to you, it only hurts you. You know, choosing comfort for discomfort does not lead to a comfortable life. And I wrote that down, but discomfort is really not discomfort. It's just the excitement of being in new territory. And you can't label it as being discomfort. It's just the unknown. And a lot of people are afraid of the unknown. But don't be afraid of the unknown. Allow yourself to be immersed in the unknown. That discomfort, you will be guided through that discomfort, the unknown. And that's where you find more of yourself. The more you move in that direction, the more you'll find of yourself, your true self. And if you go over there and something takes place that happens that doesn't allow you to have the end results that you desired, it still was a benefit because you learned from it. And you know that that wasn't the direction that you needed to go in, but it was the direction that you needed to go in because you learned something. So all things that you do, they always have a benefit. It's always a benefit for you to do it. Always a benefit. So allow yourself to be adventurous. Life is an adventure, and you should approach it with excitement and with joy. Allow yourself to be around those type of people, attract those type of people into your life that are just as excited about life as you are. They will come around. You I have different kind of friends now. I do. I have old friends, but we haven't really been talking. But I have a new set of friends. And those new set of friends are really good people. And we have great conversations on different levels. See, when you get to a certain point in your life, surface conversations, they just don't get it anymore. You need to talk on a deeper level. And I'm talking about not just about money and finances and how to grow your business and stuff like that. I mean, that's good. Don't get me wrong. But, really core conversations about who you are at the level of your being and how can you expand your consciousness and become, that being that you need to become, that that light, that torch that can, be a beacon for other people. You know that that you're expanding. It's a great feeling to have those kind of conversations and to learn from the other person and to, it's always yes and, it's not an argument. You don't get into conversations of trying to, know more than the other person. It's a conversation that flows. It's yes and, oh yeah, that's right, and yes and, you know, it's a conversation that flows. It flows together. It goes together. You ever get in a conversation with somebody and they always want to argue or prove themselves right? They always got to be right in the conversation. That's not the person you need to be talking to. Not those kind of people. Those are not the people that always got to be right. Stay away from them. That's not the conversation you need to have. You need to be in a conversation that allows you to grow. That doesn't mean you know everything or that they don't know anything, but the conversation flows and you can feel it in your heart. You can feel it right here. The conversation, and you leave the conversation full, fulfilled, not empty. Some conversations you can have with a person and they'll talk to you for an hour and you feel drained. That's not the kind of conversations you want to have. You want to have a conversation that they're pouring into the completion of you, just like you're pouring into the completion of them. And, it's okay to have people around you that know more than you do. That's okay in certain areas because you get to learn more and to expand more. But know this, that when it comes to your vision and it comes to your path, nobody knows better than you. I don't even care if you have a mentor, because let me tell you something, your inner knowing who you really are, that God-given wisdom, that God-like wisdom that you have, your own opinion is nobody's opinion is better than yours. Now, somebody might mention something that your own opinion, that gut feeling agrees with, and you say, yeah, okay, that's right. Because you know that it's right. Because you know that you know that you know. And you have to start trusting that part of your being. You have to start trusting that inner knowing that you already have. It's because it's never let you down. It's never let you down. It's only when you second guess that knowing, that inner knowing, is when you make bad decisions and bad choices. That part. That's the part. So you have to allow yourself to trust yourself. Trust who you are. And the way you get to you have to exercise that gift. Everybody has it. If they haven't burned it out with, certain lifestyles, and it's still not too late, you can still work on it. Practice it. Practice trusting yourself. Spend time alone with yourself. Meditate 5 minutes, breathing in and out, paying attention to the breath, shutting out everything on the outside world and allowing yourself to know who you are from the inside out. Focusing on you. And that focus, after a certain time, you become one with the universe. You become one with everything. There's a certain point at that time, whether it's 5 minutes or 15 minutes, that you're connected. to all that is. All that is. You're connected to all that is anyway. You just don't know it. But some of you do. But that's who you are. And you'll never ever be separated from all that is. You can't. There is no separation. There's no such thing as separation from all that is. No matter what happens. Now, you may not get it now, but you'll get it in the next lifetime. You'll have to do it. You'll get it sooner or later. You'll understand it sooner or later. But you have to, you know, because it'll all unfold and it'll open up to you. But don't be afraid. I believe because mama and daddy and grandma and grandpa believed. But I never did find out for my real true self. I had to find out for myself. And I was glad that I was raised in that upbringing. It was a great foundation. It was good for that time. But I needed to expand. I needed to grow. And I knew that it was something more. It was something more. And when you realize that you're an indestructible, eternal, infinite being, what is time? And when you stay in the now, that's why prayer and meditation is so powerful. Because it keeps you right there. And one thing about prayer, that's just desire. You're constantly in prayer. You don't have to stop and get on your knees to do it. It's your desires. They're constantly going up and out. Your thoughts. That's what they are. The vibration of your thoughts. Those are your desires. Your deepest desires. That's why you have to pay attention to how you think and what you say about yourself. It's important. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, I'm crazy. Or what you say about other people. Or what you say about your children. Words are powerful. Thoughts are powerful. But it's not impossible to change the trajectory of the direction that you're going in once you decide. That's all it takes is a decision. I can truly say that in all my life, I'm truly happy and whole and complete in a way that I've never been before in my entire life. I feel powerful. I feel in control. I feel balanced. Does that mean I don't make mistakes? Absolutely not. But I change the trajectory. I catch it. I see it. It's like being in the matrix. You see it happening, and when it comes to you, you correct it. You fix it. And then it might come back at you again. And this time you're a little bit quicker. But you don't get scathed by it. You learn by it. And pretty soon it gets easier and easier to become more and more and more of who you are, who you truly are, at the very level of your being. And that's what we're going to do, because it's going crazy. And what it's going to do is it's going to be like a glass wall. A glass wall. I'm just going over some things. A glass wall. You'll be able to see everything that's happening. You'll be able to see everything that's happening, but it won't touch you. Walls will be falling down all over the place. Destruction, all kind of stuff happening all around you. But you won't feel it. You won't be going through it because you're in a different parallel reality. I don't care what happens. I'm not going to feel it. I'm not going through what everybody's going through on that side. I see it happening, things that I don't prefer, but I look at it just like it's a movie. And I hope that one day those people on the opposite that's warring with each other, I hope they get to see what I see. And what I see is people that need to have compassion, more love, and kindness in their heart. Love and kindness and forgiveness does not make you weak. You're not a pushover when you can forgive somebody. That doesn't make you weak. You know, every battle, everything ain't a battle. Everything you ain't got to fight. It wasn't until I learned that I didn't have to be right. I just wanted to get along. That's when I learned a lot. I learned a lot. Everything ain't a fight. Life doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't. It doesn't have to be hard. You don't have to struggle. If you're struggling, you're not in the gap. You're not in the gap. If you're working hard, you're not in the gap. It shouldn't be like that. I work hard. Well, you shouldn't. It should be a flow. It should be something that, what you should do is you should do because you love it. That's number one. Do what you love what you do. Now, if you're in something that you don't like and you can't quit your job, I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm telling you to find something that you love, that you do, that you can do. Well, the money's good. It ain't about money. It's about purpose. And I guarantee you, if you do what you're purposed to do, the money will come. The circumstances will change. But you have to take control. And you have the power to control your circumstances. Circumstances are going to come. Some things come, and you don't prefer it to be that way. Change the definition. Remove the fear-based, ideas that you have about certain things. Surround yourself with people that are excited about life. And stop talking negatively about yourself and others. Stop it. Stop it. Let the words that come out your mouth be positive, empowering words. And if my mama how they used to say, if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. Well, that's a fact. If you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. Get in the habit of speaking life into situations, into people. I make it a habit to speak life into situations, speak life into people, speak life into my situation. No matter what it looks like, it may look crazy, but I still speak life into it. I still speak, power, positive affirmation every day before I go to sleep. It's important before you go to sleep at night. Say something positive. Go to bed with something positive on your mind before you go to sleep. Because then you enter that dream state, which is your subconscious mind, and you create things. We're going to get into all of that. We're going to get into the dream state. We're going to get into the subconscious mind, how it works. I'm going to get, guests on the show that's going to talk about it, that are real experts about, this subject. It's something I've delved into for the past, I say 6 years. I mean, I've engulfed myself. I've always been into it, but I'm really, really, really absorbing it now because I'm looking at my life and I'm seeing how things are just synchronistically happening the way it's supposed to happen in my life. And I'm just, I'm thankful for it. And it's a very powerful way of living once you understand the formula. And we're going to talk about the formula too. We're going to talk about the formula. We're going to talk about how you can navigate through life with the ebb and flow of life, and it not be. You can move through this thing we call life with freedom and not be in bondage by anything. And that's not impossible. Not impossible at all. So I'm going to wrap it up, and I want you to know that you have the power. Share the video. Let them know we're back. Next week, we'll probably have Stephanie, or she'll be on to be in the streets. We're going to talk about in the streets, the stuff that, current events that's happening in the streets. And tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody. We're going to just, go with our passion. Glad to have Reverend Ali with us. He's always true and tried with us. Thank you, Reverend Ali. Miss Nicole, she's with us in the background, supporting us with the J Key Network. And I'm glad you guys are here. I appreciate you dearly. And always remember, beyond the shadow of a doubt, that me, USB. We're gonna come back with the USB Soul Stroke. We're gonna try to do that on like Friday.
I'll talk to Jay.
Yes, brother.
Yeah. So we're gonna do the USB Soul Stroke. So hey, always remember beyond the shadow of a doubt that me, USB, hey, I'm gonna set the table, and I hope you guys eat, because I'm gonna be hungry and I'm gonna be ready to feed. Take care. Peace and blessings. Always remember beyond the shadow of a doubt that me, USB, I truly do love you, my friends. Take care. Thanks for joining me.
Snitchy Pooh got her bowl out. She ready to eat.
Great job, brother.
All right, take care. We're out.